Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. We'd like to remind you that all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Do visit m.channelstv.com to see us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to encourage you to use the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, tap the app on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. And to bring Delta State under focus today, in the South-South, Delta State has the moniker the Finger of God. Created back in 1991, you will remember that Delta State was carved out of Bendel State. The capital is Asaba, and the economic hub is Warri. Delta State is flanked to the northwest by Edo State, to the east by Anambra, Imo and Rivers States, southeast by Bayelsa State. Delta State is ethnically diverse with 7 major languages and dialects, and natural resources abound in the way of crude oil, solid mineral deposits, industrial clay, silica, lignite, kaolin, tar sand, and limestone. There are so many prominent Nigerians from Delta. We haven't the time to mention all of them, but inclusive in that esteemed number is Professor John Pepper Clark, for one, who was the first professor of English in Africa, as well as Bruce Onabrekpaya, the winner of the 2006 UNESCO Living Human Treasure Award. Of course, Austin J.J. Okorocha, footballer of note, and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. The governor of Delta State is Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. And now to the southeastern part of the country, following the spate of kidnappings and armed robbery within the boundaries of Abia and Imo states. Both governors have held a joint Security Council meeting to curb the menace. After the closed-door meeting with security chiefs in Umuahia, both governors agreed to step up security around the borders of their states to halt the activities of kidnappers and armed robbers.
The crime of kidnapping is slowly returning to the southeast. This recent trend has given residents sleepless nights, and the government is indeed concerned. The security meeting between the governors of Imo and Abia states is to join forces and re-strategize on how to tackle the ugly trend in both states. After the closed-door meeting, they briefed journalists on the resolution.
Kidnapping and violent crime has become a recurring decimal in this area, and what we want to do is to lift out of the problem of the federal government under the leadership of President Buhari by making sure that the southeast is safe. We are also anticipating that great development will happen in this sub-region, and this does not go well if there is insecurity.
The kidnapping cases that we have not been battling with has nothing to do with ethnicity or any ethnic group. It's the kidnapping activities which we have all been battling with. But again, we have involved our traditional rulers, charging them to take more responsibilities as the community chief security officers. We make sure that they give us information about suspected criminals within their areas so that we can take care of the situation faster.
Another cause of worry is armed robbery.
The time and period when criminals will launch attack from Imo and hide in Abia, and launch attack from Abia in Imo and return to Abia has become a thing of the past. The security chiefs have been mandated to cross our borders freely to make sure that they chase down and hunt down these criminals wherever they may be. It is our responsibility to make sure we protect lives and property of not only Abians, but all Nigerians and all members of the world community that reside within the confines of Imo and Abia doing genuine business.
We have also looked at the issue of our borders. Our borders are weak. Because we think that when the securities operate within the city at the border, no one actually takes responsibility for the borders. And for that reason, we have declared a joint security council of both Imo and Abia to address the issues of these borders where they keep these criminals, especially the forest within the borders. And we want to close this gap of these miscreants taking undue advantage.
On the mass grave recently discovered on the borders of both states, government says its investigation has linked it to kidnapping. With the security of lives and property topping the agenda of both state governments, it's expected that the resolutions from this joint security meeting will be effectively executed to end the menace.
To the southwest now and education, where 114 private primary and secondary schools have been given approval to operate within Lagos State. Presenting provisional letters of approval to proprietors of those schools, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Idiat Adebule, notes that the issuance is in fulfillment of the state's promise to certify whichever school meets government's criterion, guidelines and requirements, and to encourage them to improve. Dr. Adebule, however, warns that any school found derailing from set standards after getting the provisional approval will be shut down.
At the last meeting we held together at the Adeyemi Bureau, I promised all of you that for those who try and strive to meet up with the requirements, their letters will be given to them. That's what we're doing today. Please continue to do your best to improve education in the state. We must at no time compromise quality. I urge you not at no time. I know we are in this to do business. I know this is business to some other people. And for others, it's a passion. Yes. And it is in this interest that I urge you to please do your best to provide quality education for the children under you. The state government will appreciate it. And now that these letters have been given to you, please do more to ensure that you justify even having the permanent letters with you. The certificates are there for us to issue. We will do that as long as we keep to the ethos and, of course, the rules and regulations guiding the establishment and operation of private schools in the state.
Dr. Idiat Adebule, Deputy Governor of Lagos State. Now to the northeastern part of the country, where the Gombe State Governor, Ibrahim Dankwambo, has reiterated his administration's commitment to education and infrastructural development. Governor Dankwambo believes only these standards can improve the orientation of the people and also the economy of the state.
Gombe State in northeast Nigeria has had its fair share of insurgency, suffering a suicide bomb attacks where scores were killed and several others injured. Several attempts by the Boko Haram sect to capture the ancient city was repelled by the military. Today, the state is leaving all that behind, and it is gradually transforming into a destination for both the public and private sector. The education sector remains top priority of government, and this is showing in the pace of turnaround in the sector. Over 553 new schools have been constructed, with 316 renovated in the state.
This school you are seeing is not only renovation, it's a complete overhaul, because the old buildings were demolished, then the new one erected. They are in two phases. One phase was completed, which consists of 48 classrooms, and the second phase is ongoing, about 70-75% completion. When completed, the total number of classrooms will be 97.
Road infrastructure is also enjoying a level of government attention, and residents attest to the opening up of closed communities.
Reaching here with my car, somebody has to push it for me to enter here. But now, see how we are enjoying. Actually, the governor is doing us a lot of things, and we appreciate all he has been doing. Actually,
Governor Dankwambo defends the choice of these projects.
Our priority has remained education. Education priority number 1, education priority number 2, education priority number 3. In terms of areas of infrastructural development, we also believe that creating or opening up our various areas, mainly through provisions of road and other facilities, create environment for businesses to thrive and for new businesses to be established and for the economy to grow. And this is what we have been doing, and the focus too is that exactly, to make Gombe State a very lively place for anybody that is doing any kind of business to come and invest, so that our economy will grow, so that our people will be lifted out of poverty.
Gombe State may be in the restive northeast region. Government believe this will not deter it from performing its functions and delivering the essence of governance to its people.
You're watching news across Nigeria. When we come back, we'll focus for a bit on the agriculture sector, where cocoa farmers are complaining about the high cost of production. Stay with us.